My heart's beating so fast I can't speak. I just want to see you. That's one thing. And
today feeling pretty good to you?
Oh my God, it's amazing. I'll take like 10 seconds. Hold on. It's amazing. It's great. Like I found Abraham just about a year ago. Actually, tomorrow it's going to be a year. So things been great. Things are perfect.
Do you know what you like most of all? Of all the things, you like clarity. Because you are someone who considers deliberately, looks for solutions, and knows them when you find them. That's why you're feeling satisfaction here today. So what leading edge, what new thing burst into your mind as you were sitting here this morning?
Thanks for asking. You know, I honestly, I don't have a problem.
We know. We don't either. That makes us good together.
Like I said, I found you a year ago, but so things are perfect right now. So I came to this place over a thought which crossed my mind about 5 years ago. I just wanted to tell you that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just say, okay, we can just leave after.
Yeah.
I thought that this is how everything started. So I thought that everything is connected.
Yes.
I started seeing that it happened like an epiphany, I don't know if I'm using the correct English word, like a realization. I thought
epiphany, but that's what we're talking about. When you get in that receiving mode and things occur to you, that's what that is. That's what that is.
I just wanted to ask from Abraham, why do I think this thought is so, why did I think, and even to this day, I think this thing, let me say, okay, I thought everything's connected to me, like everything in the universe is connected.
Because it is.
Yeah, so it's very clear. I see the reactions. So anyway, the next thing I want to do.
So let's talk about everything in the universe. And then let's talk about law of attraction and the response that law of attraction has to everything in the universe. Then we can talk about the connection of everything in the universe. Yes? What we're most interested in is, so as you were sitting there, of course, you have these moments in time and these connected moments when your inner being is actually standing right with you, flowing thoughts right with you. And what we're interested in hearing from you, if you know it, is what new thought burst into your mind since you've been in this room here today? Because every day more of that connection happens. What you want to call the starting point of that explosion in your mind 5 years ago is continuing in every moment, every moment, every moment, every moment, every moment.
Every second.
Yeah. And the satisfaction of it is getting a piece of it, a comprehensible piece of it, to chew on just a little bit. And that's where that feeling of clarity comes, that satisfying feeling of your hands in the clay, of the creation of your own experience. Yes. And so?
Now the next thing I want to do, like the endeavor or whatever, the work I want to do next, because I think I have the right amount of money. I feel, whatever I have, I'm really happy with whatever I have. It's just the thing I want to do next. Well,
do you believe that through the life that you've lived this time and others, the whole of you that came forth into this physical body, do you believe that as you put pieces of perception and pieces of desire into your vortex, and they have begun to cooperate with each other, do you believe that they have become something that you might not even be able to describe? These aren't perfect words, but the sum total of what you've put there is actually more significant and more intricate and more magnificent than you could describe, because law of attraction has gathered cooperative components to it, and it has become more than even the individual pieces that you put there. Does that make sense to you? For years, Esther wondered this question. She said, Abraham, you said that we create our own reality, and then you also say that life will continue to surprise and delight me. And if I create my own reality, why am I ever surprised? Didn't I put it there, and shouldn't I recognize it when it comes out to play with me? And we say, but since you are all connected to everything, and you are putting the components, and then law of attraction is gathering them, now it has become this more surprisable and more delightful creation than in any point in time you could describe. But when you get into that receiving mode so that you can comprehend it, this is making sense to you, then the surprise and the delight and the clarity and the fun of then taking it further and further and further.
So I'm not crazy. So just
No,
quick,
you are crazy.
I thought I was crazy until before I found
But
you.
that's how humans that don't know about alignment and continuity and law of attraction and guidance system, that's how they describe people that aren't just focused upon what is only. The world that is sane wants to face reality. And we don't want you to face reality, because when you face reality, you just regurgitate what is. We want you to create new realities. We want you to own the reality that you've created and let it come out where you can explore and enjoy the unfolding of it, and others can witness it too. They won't understand it though, but you will.
Just a quick question, and
Yeah.
I'll go. So is it correct if I think the smallest thing possible are my thoughts? Like so if I tell someone that your or whatever, but thoughts are the smallest, maybe the building block or the smallest particle possible in this universe, is it correct if I think?
Well, you can call it the building blocks, but here's the thing. This is why your thought, that explosive thought about everything being connected, there's no singular thought. Law of attraction takes those small thoughts and builds current and momentum and streams out of them. So there's no individual singular thought. Law of attraction makes them instantaneously bigger. And thoughts are not small in the sense that they are insignificant. They are everything. Let's talk about vibration, and let's talk about law of attraction's response to vibration. And then let's acknowledge that what a thought is a comprehension of a vibration, a recognition of it. So, for example, this is something you ask yourselves all the time. It's really amusing to watch you. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, did it make a sound? And the answer is no. It made a vibration, but it wasn't a sound until a mechanism comprehended the vibration and recognized it as sound. So that's similar to what we were just saying to you. So there are vibrations that you want to call thoughts, and that's okay. And then there are comprehenders, there are receivers, there are recognizers of vibrations, there are interpreters of vibration. Interpreters of vibration. So when you decide that you're going to couple up, join your inner being, that you're going to become one with your inner being who has all of this wisdom and all of this momentum and all of this knowing, and you stop those silly thoughts of disregard for yourself or disregard for others or anything that's pushing against, usually through lobotomy or meditation, and you allow your vibration to rise, and now you're in full concert with your inner being. Now your clarity / comprehension of vibration is just off the charts. And then the universe makes sense. Then your next door neighbors begin to make sense. Then everything in the universe begins to make sense because the laws are consistent, you see. And then you can get on with what you came for. You don't need to really understand all of this. In fact, we've gone too far in description. It went right into the boring realm for many of you, any more than you need to understand the inner workings of your automobile or vehicle before you can utilize it. You don't need to get under the hood and work with the pulleys and the belts and the pistons and the computer thingies. All you need to do is get in the car and know what makes it go forward and what makes it stop and how to turn it. In other words, it's just a minimal amount that you know in order to really have satisfaction from the vehicle. Well, so you don't really have to understand all of these inner workings, but it's not hard to understand them because they are always consistent and because everything responds to law of attraction in the normal way. Just like when anybody jumps off of a building, they fall down. No one falls up. There's consistency in this. Yeah. And so?
Yeah, so I just wanted to get it clarified, because now you just answered my question, honestly. Because I thought to take my next step, I thought maybe I had to, maybe I had to understand.
But here's the most
all
important
of it.
thing. To take your next step, all you have to have is an in the vortex impulse to step somewhere. Because you don't need to know the whole picture. And that's why we keep asking you the question, what was occurring to you just now? You're still adding to the definition of where you want to be. Life today is still adding components to it, because when you're moving at this fast pace of receptivity, all kinds of new horizons are open to you. So this is how the creative process works. So here you are, you're standing here, and you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and so you throw it over into the vortex, and at first you're not a vibrational match to it, but then you try to get the feeling of it, and you forget about where it came from more, and you focus on that, and you move in the direction of it, and then you stand there, and then it manifests. And so now you're standing in a place where you have your new manifestation, you also have your new manifestation, but you also have a whole new set of contrasting experiences. And so now you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, so you throw it over into the vortex, and it takes a little while, but you line up with it, or you meditate and you line up with it really quickly, and then you move into that new place, and now your point of attraction shifts. So now you have this new manifestation, which is lovely to have, but you also have a whole new set of contrasting experiences, which causes you to launch another rocket of desire and another rocket of desire. So there's no ending to the evolution of your desire, just like there is no ending to the comprehension and realization of it. And that's the joy of life. You're not ever going to get it done, and you can't ever get it wrong. So you don't want to fast forward to know all the steps. You just want to know the step that you feel inspired to now. And you just want the step that you're inspired to now, the impulse to come from this connected mode, which leads us to something that we really want to say, and you're really in a receptive place to hear it. It's really a good idea throughout the day, as thoughts come into your mind or as experiences come, but mostly as thoughts come into your mind, that you ask yourself, what receptive mode am I in? As long as you're awake and conscious, your mind is receiving. But are you receiving your signals from CNN? Are you receiving your signals from your inner being? Are you receiving them from your dwelling on some past event? What receptive mode are you in? And the more you care about satisfaction, and the more you reach for satisfying thoughts, and the more you make lists of positive aspects, and the more you rampage your appreciation, and the more you savor and milk from pleasurable moments, your awareness that you're having pleasure, and the more that you meditate and acknowledge what it feels like to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on, the more consciously aware you are of what satisfaction really feels like, the more you will know when you're not really in a satisfying mode, the more you will know when you're receiving from something that is less beneficial. And then on you go to this joyful life experience where a thought occurs and you follow it, and it's sweet and timing is good, and others join you and it's delicious, and every night when you go to bed you think, oh, this was such a glorious day, I'll have more of these, please. And then tomorrow you have more of that, and the next day you have more of that, until time doesn't matter so much, because your point of attraction is so in your hands, and everything just kind of flows with everything, and everything's all hooked together, and you understand your place in all of it, and you feel love and appreciation for your part in it, and love and appreciation for the parts that others play. And then the questions are as meaningful to you as the answers, and the problems are as meaningful to you as the solutions, because you know without some problems there couldn't be more desire, and without desire there wouldn't be more energy flowing, and more energy flowing feels so good, and it's what life is. And so then you stop worrying about pushing against anybody, because it's all part of the process, and you appreciate every part that everybody plays. And now you've got step 1 down, can't stop it, and step 2 is taken care of, and step 3 you're really good at it, you're so good at it you call it step 4. You're the master of step 3, which is what step 4 is. And then the best of all happens, step 5. You're having another contrasting moment and loving every bit of it, because you understand the value of the variety. Yeah?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Enough?
Yeah.
Really good. Really good.